Vikings Nation, what's going on? The calendar just flipped to March, and you can feel it in the air. Something big is coming for the Minnesota Vikings. Free agency is around the corner, rumors are heating up, and the quarterback conversation is officially on fire. Let me ask you this right now. Are we about to see a shocking move at QB? Is it going to be Geno Smith, Kyler Murray, a reunion with Kirk Cousins, or something totally unexpected? Stay with me because these Vikings rumors are gaining serious momentum. When multiple respected NFL insiders start connecting the same names to the Minnesota Vikings, it's not just smoke. It's not random speculation. It's the kind of buzz that forces us as fans to sit up and pay attention to the Noticias dos Minnesota Vikings news. A few days ago, NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero reported that the Vikings are being linked to Kyler Murray and Geno Smith. The idea? Both quarterbacks could potentially become available, creating an opportunity for Minnesota to explore short-term veteran options. That alone was enough to spark debate across Vikings Nation. But then things escalated. On Sunday, ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler added fuel to the fire. According to him, the Vikings are considering Murray and Smith as part of their veteran quarterback plan, and he even mentioned 2 additional names being monitored. Fowler reported that Tua Tagovailoa and Kirk Cousins are also on Minnesota's radar. However, sources reportedly see Murray and Smith in the top tier of those options. That's huge. Now let's slow down for a second. Before anyone panics or starts ordering new jerseys. Remember this, rumors are not guarantees. But when multiple insiders align on the same 2 quarterbacks, that's when things get interesting for the Minnesota Vikings. At the same time, ESPN's Dan Graziano made something very clear. The Vikings are not giving up on J.J. McCarthy. And that's critical to this entire conversation. McCarthy is just 23 years old. He represents the future. The organization still believes in his development, and the goal seems to be creating real competition, not blocking his path permanently. And that brings us to the big philosophical question. Can you truly have an open quarterback competition if you bring in a superstar veteran? Pelissero himself questioned the logic of adding Aaron Rodgers. Think about it. If Rodgers walks into the building as a 4-time MVP, are you realistically benching him if the season starts slow? Of course not. The same argument applies to Cousins. You bring back Kirk, and suddenly thousands of number 8 jerseys are back in US Bank Stadium. The pressure shifts immediately. It stops being a competition and becomes a nostalgia storyline. So here's where it gets fascinating for the Minnesota Vikings. The belief is that Minnesota wants legitimate competition, a real battle where McCarthy can win the job outright if he proves he's ready in 2026. But let me ask you, Vikings fans, would Kyler Murray sign somewhere without the expectation of starting? Would Geno Smith accept a pure backup role? That's hard to imagine. Let's talk numbers for a second. Murray, a former number 1 overall pick, has 87 career starts with 121 touchdown passes against 60 interceptions. That's not a backup resume. That's a quarterback who sees himself as QB1. Smith, meanwhile, revitalized his career in Seattle. From 2022 to 2024, he averaged over 4,000 passing yards per season, 23-plus touchdowns, and completed nearly 69% of his passes. He even finished top 10 in MVP voting in 2022. Yes, his recent season in Las Vegas was rough, but that team struggled across the board. Supporting cast matters. System matters. Stability matters. And the Vikings offer a very different offensive environment. Now zoom out and look at the bigger picture. March is decision month. Front offices start making tough calls. Cap space shifts. Veterans get released. The quarterback carousel begins spinning fast. If Murray or Smith becomes available, the Minnesota Vikings will have to decide quickly. Do they bring in a proven veteran? Do they fully commit to McCarthy? Or do they attempt to balance both worlds? This is what makes the NFL offseason so electric. Every rumor carries possibility. Every insider report adds pressure. And for the Vikings, the stakes couldn't be higher. So I want to hear from you, Vikings Nation. If you had to choose today, who would you bring in? Kyler Murray? Geno Smith? Run it back with Kirk? Or ride with McCarthy and build around him? Drop your take in the comments right now. Let's turn this into the biggest quarterback debate in Minnesota Vikings news. And if you're loving these Vikings updates, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with every member of Vikings Nation. Big decisions are coming, and we're going to break down every single one together. SKOL.